All right, so we actually are going to be talking about how to qualify your prospective business partners or how to sort through them. Now, I'm going to let you know everything that we do in network marketing matters, okay? Because it's not what you do or it's not what works that matters. It's what duplicates that matters. Because you may be the best. I'm going to tell you what, Gina Nobles, the doggone doctor, research person, she can get up there and talk circles around people. She teach. You know, everybody can't do that. That's the number one fear, to get in front of somebody. So the best thing for Gina to do is to have something that's very duplicatable that anybody can walk into and do. So that's what we're focusing on. So if this stuff is really, it seems really simple or something like that, it's only because it's not what works that matter. It's what duplicates that matters. Okay. So what we're going to do is focus on, now the reason why I said that is because this portion that we're going to really be engaging on, actually, I got this from Chris Estes. Chris Estes is the number one money earner in ZJ International right now. So he actually said, hey, let's look at how you sort through people. So the first thing we want to find out is, are they coachable? That's the first thing. So we're going to basically try them, give them something to do to see if they're coachable. The next thing, coachable, not chokeable. He always say that. That's right. The next thing is we're going to check and see, hey, do they have a desire to succeed or a desire to win? And then the third thing that we're going to focus on and look at is, are they influential? Do they have people equity? All right. So those are the three things that we're going to do to qualify our prospects to see if there's somebody that we're going to be spending a lot of our time with. So now first, before we even get to that point, before we even get there, we're going to be sharing stuff with people and they're going to be like, wow, I like this stuff. And eventually they're going to say, hey, you know, most people who want to earn money will become a customer. So when they come and say, hey, look, how do you make money at this? Or whenever you talk to somebody and they say, wow, that sounds great. How do I make money at it? What we want to do is we want to identify, we want to focus them on what it takes to make money. Because here's a big thing. This is a business, and business is not easy. This is simple, but it's not easy. Don't think that you're going to come into any business and just say, hey, a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, I'm wealthy. I can walk away from my job. No, you need to put the work in. You know, so people will work years and years and years for someone else and never have an opportunity to retire. We want people to work some years for themselves and actually have a free life. So we actually have something that's called, now again, it's not what works, is what duplicates. So I'm getting this piece from Eric Worre. He's a trainer, a big time trainer in the network marketing world. And he has something called a game plan interview. So pieces of the game plan interview is to actually help your partner, your prospective partner, identify what they want and what they're willing to give up to get what they want. So here's a part of the game plan interview. The first thing is somebody say, hey, I want to make some money and I want to do this. What we want to ask is, how much money do you want to make in a month? How much money do you want to make in a month? How much money you want to make in a month that will make this real to you so you can make a commitment? So most people will give you a dollar figure. Most people will say, oh, well, just a little bit, or whatever the case may be. Encourage them to give you a dollar figure. They say, well, I want to make a little bit where I can be satisfied. Okay, well, what does that look like? How much money is that? So say they say $500 a month, $500 a month. Okay, great. The next question we want to ask them is, well, how many hours a week are you willing to work in order to make $500 a week? So how many hours a week are you willing to work in order to make $500 a week? Now they have to sit back and think, wait a minute, how much time am I going to put into this thing? So they give you a hour time frame on what they're willing or able to put in. So say they say 10 hours. Okay, I'm going to put in 10 hours a week in order to make $500 a month. Okay, great. Then the next question is, how many months are you willing to work 10 hours a week in order to earn $500 a month. Now we are actually getting somewhere and they're like, wow, okay, well, hey, I'm willing to work a year, 2 years, or whatever the case may be. Now, these numbers, what happens if these numbers don't add up? How can these numbers not add up where it's totally unrealistic?
Well, there's a couple of ways. Sometimes if you want more money in a short period of time, then that's not really realistic. Or another thing is if you're not willing to put in the right amount of hours. So say you wanted to make $50,000, within, say, 6 months, but you only have an hour to work a week. That's kind of not realistic. So we really want to keep people in a realistic kind of brain set.
Right. So we are consultants. So we'll say, hey, you can make that amount of money, but the time is not right. You may have to change a couple of these numbers. The reason why we're saying this is because it's duplicatable. You want to see where your people are at. They need to know, hey, I have time that I need to put into this in order to make a specific dollar figure, and you can make that work. So once you actually identify that, hey, I want to make $500 a month, I'm willing to work 10 hours a week in order to get that money, and I'm willing to do this for at least a year or so in order to make it happen. Sure. Great. Now we're going to transition into qualifying them. Here are the things that we want to qualify. First, we want to see if they're coachable, not chokeable. So the first thing we want to say is, okay, I tell you what, first thing, we can make this happen. So the first thing we need to do is I need you to make a list of 5 to 10 people right now. Right now. So let me ask you, can you think of 5 people right now that you could say, hey, look, okay, I could talk to these people. We're trying to see if they are coachable or chokeable. You tell somebody to make a list and walk away and they never do it. All right, that's a clue. But we're trying to sort through those who are ready now.
We're weaning out the people who are ready to move because we're trying to find out who's a customer and who's a business builder. And these kind of questions is going to help sort them out.
Now, just because somebody can't think of 5 names right now doesn't mean that they're disqualified. They may even be able to come up with 2 names or something, 3 names, as long as they put forth that effort and they're coachable. So I sat down with somebody one time and I said, hey, come up with, 5 to 10 names right now. They came up with like 6 names and that's all I could think about. I'm like, that's great. That's all you need. Okay. Make your list throughout the rest of the days or weeks or whatever. But these first few people, 3 or 4 people, now we have something to work with. This person is coachable. I'm not going to go into that because I tell you what, people will tell you one thing and they'll do something totally different. All right. People, they don't tell you the truth all the time. All right. So now what we're going to do, the very next thing that we're going to do is to teach them how to talk to people. Because we just asked them, hey, make a list of names. Now we're going to teach them how to talk to people. This is a really quick deal. It doesn't take a whole lot to teach them to talk to people. So we actually put together a launch plan script that right now, a lot of people are excited about the hemp CBD product that we have coming out. And that's a big deal right now. So Cheryl, can you read that launch plan script? It's something simple that you could take a look at and go through just to get someone's attention or interest.
Okay. So this is just a script. It's just here to guide us. So I'll read this, but you will put it in your own words, but it'll be similar along the guidelines to this.
And we're gonna see, Gina, did you have a chance to look at your email and everything? Okay, so you have it in an email, okay? So you could probably get that to Gina K, or Gina K, we could get your email and send it to you however you want to get that. So, but go ahead, Cheryl.
Okay, so I'll just put in a person's name. Hi, Gina. You came across my mind today, and I really wanted to give you a call. There's something exciting going on, and I wanted to share it with you. My company is about to launch into a multi-billion-dollar growth industry, and we're looking for partners to help us spread the word and take part in the wealth that's going to be generated. If I send you a 15-minute video, would you make the time to look at it? And then you wait for their answer.
That's it. Uh-huh.
So when they say, yes, they'll watch it, then you continue on and you'll say, I'm contacting 10 other people today, and whoever gets back to me first will get the best position in my organization. When can I call you to see if you're interested in this opportunity?
So basically, that's it. You know what? Here's a really good script that Cheryl used to use years ago. Cheryl would say, hey, do you keep your business options open? That's it. It could be that simple. Okay. So we just want something to ask somebody, hey, will you take a look? That's it. However you do it. But this script is specifically for us to launch into this market.
And I do want to say something about that. So obviously it sounds very candid, generic when you're reading it, and we won't be reading it from a piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
But I just want to make sure that Gina K knows that this is not something that you're going to say first time when you're talking to somebody. You know, most of the time you'll be chatting and stuff like that, and then you'll have talked about something, you know, like when we're running groups and we're walking and we're talking, and you might talk about Recover, and you might have said something about it 2 or 3 times, and then finally someone says, "What now? Exactly what is that?" And then if they express interest, then you say, "Well, you know, if you're interested, you know, let me show you a video. Do you want to watch a video?" So it's not like you're going to walk up to somebody and read the script to them. I just want to make sure that, okay. Right.
Now here's something. There are different different classes of people when you make your list and everything else. And it really, you're absolutely right, Gina. And what we want to do is create urgency. And a big thing with the script is it's not what works. It's what's duplicatable. Mm-hmm. So Gina K, if I could give you this script and say, look, go to those people and read this script. Guess what you're going to do with your people who say, I want to do this? You're going to give them that script and say, hey, read this script. And they're going to do the same thing. So it's duplicatable. But Gina, you're absolutely right.
It'll be more, what I'm trying to say, it'll be more organic.
Sure. Yeah, the conversation will be. Exactly.
But one thing that I wouldn't do is to start going into all sorts of information when they ask, what's it about?
No.
Because that's the purpose of the video. And it's like, hey, the video can explain it in a lot less time than I could.
Right.
You know, there's so much information. You know, watch the video, and then if you have any questions, then we can talk about it. But one thing you don't want to do is give them all the information, and then they feel they don't have to watch the video in the first place. So.
And these are all tools to use because some people are very different. Some people like to read. Some people like to watch. Some people want to sit down over coffee. Some people want to talk on the phone. And some people need 2 or 3, maybe 10 or 15 times like I did, Al, in Austin.
That's right. That's right. She was the research scientist from Texas, from Houston.
Hey, look, we had to get Dr. Plant for her.
But
at an event.
Honestly, all we're looking at is we want to be able to quickly give them a script. It's something very duplicatable, something simple. Hey, do you keep your business options open?
That's my go-to.
Right, exactly. If you know them and you're just in normal conversation, you're probably going to come up to your friend, okay, I found out something really cool. I want you to take a look at this. Let me send you this video. Take a look at it, and we'll talk about it. Okay? So that's basically it. So it can be very organic and very simple.
Like Lori and her husband. What's her husband's name, Gina? What's Lori's husband's name? Scott. They would probably watch that video because you already said they take CBD.
There you go. Yeah. So the first thing, have them make a list. The second thing, teach them a quick way just to talk to someone. Why? Because we want them to contact and talk to 5 or 10 of the people in their circle. Okay? When they get in motion, because people are scared to do something like this sometimes. Okay, but once they get in motion and somebody say, yeah, I'll take a look at it, that's a victory. It's like, whew, okay, well, that wasn't too bad. And then they do it again, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'll take a look at it, send it to me. Ooh, okay, man, that wasn't bad at all. And then pretty soon, but what they're learning is, hey, get in motion, ask, all I need to do is send them this video. And however they do it, they can do it.
Well, the point of this is urgency.
Yes.
So that we are moving fast. And the thing is, you said a victory, you know, I think a victory comes even in a no.
Sure.
Because if
Sure.
somebody's telling you right off the bat that, no, I'm not interested, thank you. Because it's like they're saving you an awful lot of time so that you can get on to the next person.
Right.
And that doesn't mean scratch them off your list. It just means not now, because situations change. Look at what just happened with the federal government shutting down. And there are a lot of people who didn't have a plan B. So, I mean, a lot of people are actually looking or didn't know that there was something else available. So do you keep your business options open, is a really good question to be asking the people right now.
Right. So, all right, first thing, make a list of 5 to 10 people. Are they coachable, not chokeable? Second thing, have them contact 5 to 10 of their circle, the people that they have influence with. This is going to check their desire. We are sorting through. And just because someone is not ready right now doesn't mean they're not going to be ready next week, next month,
Keep them on your list.
in the next 2 or 3 months. Okay. So we're not disowning people or anything. So
Just
how do we do
love
that?
them where they're at.
Yeah, that's right. So give them a quick script, have them contact their people and see if they're going to do it. Do they have a desire? The third thing is have them ask their people to join them. This basically is checking to see if they have any influence, if they had a people equity. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, you can have all the desire, you can have all of you can have the scripts and everything. You can be coachable, but if you don't have that people equity, you're going to have to grow to that. People, we actually grow as one of the best things about being a business owner, especially in network marketing, is the personal development. So the personal development is huge. And the more we develop as a person, the more people will be drawn to follow and to join us. So those are basically the 3 things that we're looking for. Hey, can you make a list of a couple of people? All right, great. Can you ask those people to take a look at something? And then, okay, great. Can you ask them to join you in this venture? That's it. That's how we sort. And there are going to be people who fall through, and there are going to be people saying, man, I've been looking for this. I've been waiting for this. Because even though Gina say it took her a long, long time to join us, Gina don't know she was on my radar for a long time. I was like, man, this girl is dynamic. She is really good in front of a crowd. She has a lot of people equity. Folks want to follow her and talk to her. So, man, and when I found out that she was looking for something, I was like, okay, Gina, let me share this with you. And Gina said, wow, I want to do this. This makes sense. This is what I've been looking for. But you know how many people I had to talk to before I got Gina? There's so many people who said no. But Gina said yes. And you know how many people Gina had to talk to get to you, Gina K? A lot of people saying no. Yeah. And they even say yes and then turn out to be a no. So that's why we want to sort through. Because here's the deal. When you get your 3 or 4 people that are there and that are working, that's where you focus your energy and your time and everything else. That's why Gina, and I don't know how much you guys have talked and everything, but I know Gina, she's like, okay, I want Gina K to come to this thing. I want Gina K to do this. I'm invited her to this and I invited her to that. Gina K see this. She know that. Gina was saying the same things about you that I was saying about her. So she already had you identified, So this is pretty cool. And that's what's going to happen with you. You're going to see some people, oh my goodness, if they get this thing, but it's going to take time to give them enough exposures for them to say, ding, 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 I got it. So, all right. Does that make sense? So basically, that's the training. We have now Gina. She can come up with all kinds of scripts. Gina, you have this launch plan script. Y'all do what you have, but those 3 things. Those 3 things. What are they again? Hey, can you make a list of people? Are you coachable? All right.
So I was going to say it was just a lot of information, and I wanted Gina. Did you have any questions? Are you digesting it or?
No, just digesting at this point. I'm making notes, and we can circle back around.
Oh yeah, of course.
Outstanding.
Plus, I'm a little out of my element because I'm still watching the girls tonight.
Yeah. Well, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. And also, just so you know, we've been in a process of training on building So that you've come in at a time when we're building our teams. We do a lot of customer service and a lot of personal growth and a lot of things like that as well. I just wanted you to know that tonight we're on this train of growing. So yeah, we are very dynamic in our coaching sessions. So
well, I'm just excited. I know you and I have been talking for a while, and when you take the product, you know how good it is, and when you know how good it is, you can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm just excited to be joining. I think it's the right time, and
me too.
You definitely are. Yeah.
We are so excited for you, Gina.
Extremely excited.
So here's the thing, Gina K, you make a list of a couple of people. You don't have to know anything because you know Gina. Just connect them to Gina and learn. Because when you say, hey, you actually have an opportunity to earn while you learn. So do not shy away. Don't think, okay, I don't know enough to connect people or anything. No. You just say, hey, listen, I found out something really great. You need to talk to this lady.
And a lot of it too is it's just listening to people, because people tell you what's wrong or what they like and what they don't like all the time. And that's how my mom drops me so many leads, because she'll just be sitting at Rotary and somebody will say, you know, my fibromyalgia, this or whatever. And she's like, you know what, I have something that can probably help that. Let me let you connect you with my daughter. She's the researcher. And then we end up having a conversation about it. So, and sometimes they're like, oh, no, thank you. And that's great, because at least they got educated for a second and it wasn't for them. So that's fine too, because they just don't know what they don't know. And then sometimes it's not going to be for people either. Do you know that? I mean.
Yep.
Well, and sometimes no isn't no. It doesn't mean no. It just means not right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
And I think we've been talking for a while, you and I.
Yeah.
So.
And I know you had a lot going on, a big, huge transition, and you still got another big one with moving, and you found a house, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
4 weeks.
Yay.
Big transition. Yeah, change is good, right?
Yes, it is.
Embrace the change.
Change is good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, so what should next steps be? Should you and I, try to make a plan, make a connection, to do a couple of follow-ups later this week?
Yeah, of course.
Is that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to jump off because I need to help put a couple of young ones to bed. So
I'll be in touch with
nice
you.
to meet you folks.
It's great to meet you too.
Nice to meet you, Gina.
I'll talk to you Wednesday. I'll talk to you Wednesday, not before then.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Gina.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. I am going to stop this recording.